The movie begins with Damian, the son of Batman. He wakes up to be really shocked. He rushes to meet Bruce to tell him his hair is back to normal again. They watch a news where the news reporter warns the citizens about a Yakuza hurricane approaching the Gotham City. Batman figures out that after he got back from feudal Japan yesterday with Damian, it prevented history from changing. He went to search for deviations in modern-day Japan and found out that Japan is not on the world's map anymore. Just like how Damian's hair mysteriously went back to normal, something must be really wrong. Bruce asks Alfred if he has made contact with the Watchtower, but Alfred tells him the Watchtower does no longer exist. The worst part is Superman, Aquaman, The Flash, and Wonder Woman have seemed to have disappeared mysteriously. Batman lets him know he has already verified the multiverse frequency. Immediately, Bruce and Damian suits up. They enter their Batwing, which flies them to where the Yakuza hurricane is occurring in the city. At the middle of Gotham City, we see hundreds of Yakuza with jetpacks falling from the sky. They engage in a fierce battle with the police, but Batman shows up and made a difference. He neutralizes as many Yakuza as possible with his gadget. The remaining members of the Bat family, like Nightwing, shows up, and they took down the Yakuza very quickly. Nightwing asks them to update him on what's going on. They tell him everything is all out of whack. The country of Japan is gone, and the Justice League does not exist anymore. If there is no Japan, how can Yakuza be falling from the sky? A bright light from the sky suddenly gets their attention. To their big surprise, they see Japan floating directly over the city of Gotham. Batman decides to go up to take a better look himself and ask the rest of them to deal with the Yakuza. Damian follows him on his Nightwing as they fly towards the floating Japan. They get a call from Alfred, who tells them about a strange energy coming from the anomaly in the sky. He sends them the data, and Batman discovers it's the Quake engine. It's a machine that sent Batman and Damian through time before. Japan has been removed from the space-time continuum. Even though it looks like it's floating in the sky, it's actually drifting through a fissure in space-time. Batman realized they don't belong in this timeline. They have been displaced in time just like Japan has. Green Lantern attacks and tells them that they have entered an area controlled by the Hagane family, and she will damn them if they encroach any further, and introduced herself as Zashika, the Emerald Ray. Batman and Damian are able to escape her, but Aquaman, who is addressed as Asa the Aqua Dragon in this world, tries stopping them from moving further. He is the second in command to the Hagane family. Back at Gotham, just as Red Robin and Nightwing are done with taking down all the Yakuza, someone they know as the Flash confronts them. He introduced himself as the fastest man in the Hagane family, and he is called the Fleet of Foot, Bari. He came here to put them in their place for taking down his boys, the Yakuza. Meanwhile, Zashika chases after Batman. She has orders from the Oyabun to eliminate trespassers. Asa the Aqua Dragon crashes their Batwing with his powers. Just as he tried to finish them off, a mysterious woman shows up and shields them from the fatal strike. She introduced herself as a woman who leads her clan by turning brutes and thugs into warriors. She calls herself the Eagle Goddess, Diana. Zashika and Asa, the Aqua Dragon, attacks Diana together, but she handles them alone with her incredible strength. She fights them for trespassing into her land called Kichijoji, which belongs to the Amazon family, and she prevented them on laying a finger on Batman and Damian, because to her, they are guests in her land, and she doesn't want the name Diana the Eagle Goddess to be disrespected. Zashika shows up from behind. As they surround her, Harley Quinn, the wild jester, shows up to help Diana. She tells them how she fell for a clown prince of a man, and back to Gotham. Red Hood shows up to assist Nightwing and Red Robin, since they are having problems in stopping Barry, the speedster. Red Hood releases a grease, and it helps them to slow down the speedster. Zashika realizes she is running out of energy. Asa the Aqua Dragon tells her they should retreat since they are overpowered in the fight. Red Hood throws some gas towards Barry to make him unconscious, but Barry tells them they are not so clever. He decided to retreat as he needs enough stamina for his trip back to Japan, and decided to postpone their fight. Red Hood asks Nightwing to explain what happened to the Flash. Nightwing replies that a lot is messed up lately, but Batman is up there trying to figure it out. Diana explains to Batman that Japan is not a country with only Yakuzas. For a very long time, Hinamoto has been divided into different Yakuza families, with clashes happening almost every day. Ultimately, it gave rise to a great war for territory known as Yakuza Gedo. So in order to survive, everyone is forced to join one of the syndicates, and now Yakuza families are all that exist. There is no government, nor law enforcement. It's Yakuza ruling over Yakuza, a place of total anarchy. Damien asks them about the Hagane family, which Asha the Aqua Dragon and Zeshika claim to be part of. Diana explains that the Hagane is the dominant syndicate that rules over most of Japan. They are the worst of the worst, who will resort to any tactic they feel necessary to win. Her Amazon family and the Dumuzu family are the only ones with strength to oppose them. But the Dumuzu leader called Deo was recently killed, which led to a syndicate falling apart. Now the only family that still respects the Ninkyo way is her Amazon family. The Ninkyo way is about fighting for what is right in the face of death. In the Hagane family, one of the trusted soldiers is Bari, who can outrun even the speed of sound. And then there is a man who is even faster than the speeding bullet, and is so powerful that he can leap tall buildings in a single bound. He is the leader of the Hagane family and is called Kuraku, the Man of Steel. Batman now figures out that the Justice League that went missing are now over here, but now a Yakuza League. The Hagane family wants to rule more than Hinamoto. They attacked his land Gotham so as to expand their territory. This version of Japan has its own reality isolated from the rest of the space-time continuum. The Justice League have likely had some revolution changes due to the ecology of this world. Batman believes all these isn't a mere coincidence. Someone is more likely to have a hand in it. He asks Diana to point him the direction of where his Nightwing crashed earlier so he can repair it. Diana takes them to the back of her house and reveals that her people had already helped him recover his plane. He sees Harley Quinn, and when he discovered she's the one from their world, they ask her how she escaped because they handed her to the cops last night. They realize the Joker escaped from prison as he helped her escape as well. He threatens Harley Quinn to tell him where the Joker is, but Diana stops them, reminding that the both of them are guests in her home. So they should refrain from fighting as long as they are here. Harley Quinn decided to leave. She tells Diana there is no way she can be on same team with Batman. Batman tells Robin they will return to the Batcave. He has plans in place to defeat the Justice League. He has always been prepared in case he ever needs to take them down. He thanks Diana for her help and flies away, assuring he will put a stop to the Hagane tyranny. Just as they fly to Gotham, they get attacked by Kuraku, the one in charge of protecting the Hagane family. He tells Robin to follow him. Their great Oyabun will like to have a word with him. Batman realizes the leader of the Hagane to be no other person but Ra's al Ghul. Just Kuraku tries to capture them, he gets attacked by the Joker, who says the only one who gets the pleasure of killing Batman is him. Kuraku swings Batman plane to destruction, but takes Robin before doing so. While Batman crashes, Joker abandons Harley Quinn in the fight and goes to save Batman. He uses his jetpack to act as support to Batman plane. Just as Kuraku is about to kill Harley Quinn, Diana shows up and stops his deadly punch. She tells Griku that Harley is her guest and won't let him lay a finger on her. He gets a call, and just as he finds out that Robin is in their hands, postponing his fight with her. Just as Joker gets Batman to Gotham, he curiously asks the Joker why he is helping him. Joker flies away saying he only wants to have all the fun and killing Batman himself. At the Hagane Tower, Robin is brought to the leader, Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul tells Robin that he received words on Gorilla Grodd plans to develop the Quake engine and use it to warp space-time. That was how he was able to change history. With the Quake machine, he can conjure an entirely new world by simply overlaying different scenarios, and it was how this Yakuza version of Japan was ultimately born. Because of him, Superman that was supposed to end up in America instead landed in Japan and was raised by a Yakuza family. That was how he changed Aquaman, the Flash, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern history. He asks Robin to join him in taking over the world, and he will hand over his rule to him. But Robin refused to join him. He then decides to trap Robin inside a cage. Batman explains to the rest of the Bat family about everything, even though Aquaman, the Flash, Green Lantern, and Superman are with the Yakuzas. He assures them that they can still win this fight, because they know the extent of their abilities better than anyone. Diana receives a turtle message from Azza the Aqua Dragon. The message is about challenging her to a fight to the death. Just as Diana engages in a tough fight with Azza, Zeshika shows up, informing she has captured all the members of her tribe. Batman shows up at Japan again. He orders Nightwing to take down Zeshika, while Red Robin and Red Hood should head to the Yakuza Tower. Just as Diana gets defeated and is about to be killed by Azza, Batman shows up to help her out. He drags Azza beneath the ocean. Azza calls Batman a fool because fighting him underwater is a death sentence. But Batman has a plan. He unleashed an ultrasonic shield that is able to hold him. He then joined hydrogen and oxygen together with the electric current, and this resulted a massive explosion and puts Azza in an unconscious state. On the other hand, Nightwing fights Zeshika with a disco armor and defeated her. Red Robin tells Batman that he's found the Quake engine. It's in the heart of the Yakuza Tower. Once they destroy it, Japan should go back to being part of its original world. Ra's al Ghul begins his plan to take over Gotham. With Barry's help, they begin to shoot Yakuzas to Gotham City. But Red Robin and Red Hood stops this from happening. Barry gets angry with them for interfering in their plan and goes after them for a second fight. Kuraku suddenly attacks Red Robin and Nightwing. As he tries to kill them, Batman shows up to defend them. Batman equips himself with a mech suit and lures Kuraku to an underground space. Kuraku got himself right into Batman trap. Batman activates some device he stored there. It has red sun rays in them, and it neutralized Kuraku powers. He can no longer fight, and he now has the strength of a normal human being. Batman fights and whooped his ass like a little kid. He then uses a kryptonite to knock him out. Immediately, he heads straight to the Yakuza Tower to take down Ra's al Ghul. With the Yakuza League taken care of, Bruce diverts his attention to Ra's al Ghul, and the Bat family and Diana arrive at Higane Tower as well for a final showdown. However, Ra's al Ghul deactivates the energy modulator of the Quake engine by taking out the power converter, which sends the reality folding mechanism out of control, and as a result, Hinamoto, the Yakuza reality, physically manifests over Gotham and sets off on a direct collision course. However, Bruce deduces that, having been affected by Quake Engine's alterations in the past, he and the Bat family members will be able to access it, and his assumption proves to be true as they are still able to control it and stop their realities from colliding. As Bruce and his family gained access to the Quake Engine, the Yakuza counterparts of the Justice League, Diana, Azza, Zeshika, Barry, and Kuraku begin to sense multiversal distortions, as they are by nature anomalies themselves. All the memories about their heroic selves returns and finally remember their true purpose, which is by helping others. Ra's al Ghul goes to his final plan to destroy Gotham by destroying the headquarters of Higane Tower, sending the structure hurtling towards the prime reality. But now the Yakuza League, inspired by the heroism of their alternate reality counterparts, forms an alliance with the Bat family in putting an end to the impending catastrophe. As the Yakuza League destroys the Quake engine, the prime reality goes back to its normal self, and Bruce is relieved to have his friends, the Justice League, back, and Japan is restored to its former self. The Hinamoto reality will possibly continue to exist in its own separate dimension from now on. And that was how the movie ended. Thank you for watching, guys. If you love animation movies, please subscribe to this channel and keep